Calder nods toward a group of misfit paranormals sitting together at a couple of tables in the center of the room. Unlike most of the other groups in the cavernous hex, this one doesn't seem to be made up predominantly of one kind of paranormal. Instead, there's a mix of species: fairies, dragons, witches, vampires, and a bunch of others I can't identify in their human forms. We pass a group of what I'm pretty sure are warlocks, covered from head to toe in runic and other ancient magical tattoos. Drawn on the ground in front of them is a black pentagram, and inside it they're rolling dice. I look closer, expecting to see magical symbols on the dice, but instead they're just the regular six-sided dice with dots on them that most of the world plays with. What's going on over there? A paranormal type I don't recognize rolls inside the pentagram. She comes up with a 1 and a 2. The warlock running the game holds out a hand. She rolls her eyes, but she slaps a gold coin into his palm before reaching for the dice again.
Can't load magic dice, so unless the person playing demands otherwise, those necrolytes use regular dice and get the gullible and the unsuspecting.
Do a lot of people demand otherwise?
Are you kidding? It's the hex. No one trusts anyone, even the good guys.
Are there any good guys down here?
We here, ain't we?
And yet Calder is planning on using Hudson to sucker in new bets.
That doesn't make me evil.
What does it make you then?
Hey, I simply play on vanity. Those guys cheat. It's not the same thing.
Calder stares at Hudson.
Can you look more pathetic?
Excuse me?
Channel some of that just got out of the chamber shit you had going on earlier. No one's gonna believe you can't kick their ass when you walk around looking like that.
She bats her eyes at him.
Honestly, right now you look almost as good as I do.
So why would they believe you can't kick their ass?
Because feminine wiles, baby. Feminine wiles.
Grace has feminine wiles too.
Flint nudges me.
Yeah, but that's all she has. What's she going to do? Strangle them with her curls?
I didn't realize I needed to strangle anyone.
Exactly.
Her reaction leaves me wondering how and why she plans to strangle her arm wrestling victims, and why she thinks doing so would help her collect her winnings. It also makes me determined to prove my worth somehow, even if it isn't in the arm wrestling arena. If I had my gargoyle, I'd be able to do a lot of things. Without her, I'm just regular old Grace. But these people are without their powers too, which means at least I've got a shot. In the corner is a group of wolves running a blackjack game, and though I don't wait around to see what they're doing, or how they're doing it...
No!
It's obviously they tried something, if the pissed-off player is any indication. In fact, he's pissed enough that I hurry my group along before a chair goes flying, crashing into the dealer.
You're cheating! I knew it!
He barely gets a few words in edgewise, though, before another wolf is on him.
Guard! These people are...
Strong fist around a neck, and that's when all hell breaks loose. The player was obviously a troll, because a mess of trolls descend on the wolves' game en masse, which leads to a bunch of wolves doing the same thing.
Knock it off!
Blood and bodies are flying as Remy hustles us along, but the commotion doesn't last long, because two of the guards hit the game running. The biggest one skewers a wolf through the shoulder with one of his long nails, and then holds him up so everyone can see, while the second one grabs the troll who started everything and rips his leg clean off, right before he starts to eat it. The troll is screaming, blood is flowing freely, and the other guards are circling with their teeth bared and their claws at the ready. I'm terrified to see what happens next, but even more terrified when I realize that most of the people in this place barely even notice. Remy and Calder do little more than give the bleeding troll a look before moving on with their agenda. I, on the other hand, can't stop seeing the Wendigo start to eat the troll's leg, even though Hudson has his arms around me and my face pressed into his chest. We need to get out of here. My stomach twists and turns in a desperate effort to throw up what's left of the chicken from earlier.
It's only 2 hours. It'll be over.
Not the hex. This prison. We can't stay here. We can't...
Not so loud, Curls. The last thing you want to do is broadcast our agenda in this place. We'll end up in solitary confinement in 3 minutes flat, and probably missing a limb or two while we're at it.
After what we just saw, I believe it. What kind of a prison employs guards who actually like to eat the inmates? I mean, yeah, it probably does away with that pesky prison overcrowding problem, but it's also murder.